Would you want to travel from New York to London on a highway made out of Legos? Sounds fun, right? Well, keep watching to see what it would take to build one in real life. In the last few centuries, humanity has made amazing discoveries and contributions to the world of travel. From the first trains connecting cities to the first planes taking flight across oceans, we've come a long way and are still finding new ways to make traveling more convenient. Connecting cities through underwater tunnels like the Seikan Tunnel connecting Honshu and Hokkaido in Japan is now commonplace and have made traveling much more convenient for people, greatly reducing commute time. The idea of building a transatlantic tunnel that would connect New York and London is something that has been explored by many engineers, but because of the extremely huge price tag, none of their visions left the drawing board. Let's take a look at some of the most promising ideas. Number 1. The MIT concept. Among the first few ideas on building a transatlantic highway came from the mind of a retired MIT professor of ocean engineering named Ernst Fraenkel and his friend, Frank Davidson. The idea was pretty straightforward. Build an underwater tunnel connecting New York and London 150 to 300 feet beneath the surface of the Atlantic Ocean in order to avoid the high pressure present at deeper depths. Propelled by magnetic pulses like modern bullet trains, this underwater tunnel will transport commuters at speeds reaching 4,000 miles per hour, which would theoretically reduce travel time from New York to London down to just 1 hour. However, with projects as colossal as this, the flaw in the plan is how extremely expensive it would take to even begin the project, with an estimated cost at 25 to 40 million per mile, tagging the entire project at a dizzying 1 billion. Number 2. The Hyperloop. The Hyperloop was an idea conceived by billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk. Part of the design for the Hyperloop includes pods that are mounted on skis made out of a special alloy that can withstand high pressure and heat. This alloy is already being used by SpaceX and has proven to be a valuable resource. At the nose of the vessel is an electric turbo compressor that helps reduce air friction and reroutes air to the skis and into the cabin, giving the vessel thrust and keeping the inside of the vessel cool and well ventilated for travel. Musk firmly believes that this Hyperloop, through solar power, can revolutionize the way we all travel, illustrating that with his design, it would only take 30 minutes to travel from Los Angeles to San Francisco, a total of 381 miles. Building on and inspired by Musk's concept, an English design team led by a man named Paul Batty proposed a northern Hyperloop that would not only connect cities, but also create a superhub connecting airports. As a part of the design, sections of road will be replaced by solar panels in order to provide a continuous and renewable supply of energy to the national grid. Number 3. The TRANS-EURASIAN belt. Perhaps the most feasible one, and the one that may be a good point of study for the transatlantic highway, is the Trans-Eurasian belt that connects existing European rail networks from London through Moscow to Alaska. This ambitious plan that spans 12,400 miles linking the Atlantic and the Pacific is being greatly considered by Russian authorities and engineers. Vladimir Fortov, head of the Russian Academy of Science, explains that the idea is that basing on the new technology of high-speed rail transport, we can build a new railway near the Trans-Siberian Railway with the opportunity to go to Chukotka and Bering Strait and then to the American continent. In the Siberian Times, additionally, developers involved in the project hope to also boot tourism in the region and present Russia as a global transportation hub. Number 4. Transatlantic Lego Highway. Although a highway made out of Legos is more of a fantasy rather than a serious proposal, it's still fun to examine the hypothetical. Legos are surprisingly strong. A 2x2 brick has been tested to withstand as much as 4,240 newtons, the equivalent of 950 pounds. So what would it take to make this Lego bridge? In his popular book, What If?, author Randall Munroe answers this fascinating question. Just based on distance alone, it would take 350 million 2x4 pieces to construct a standard 2-layer bridge that's 1 block wide. Obviously, that's far from enough, as we have to consider the cars it will carry, how it can float on the ocean, and how it can overcome the strong winds and tides. Munroe calculates that if a minimum of 10 cubic meters of Lego are needed to support one car, then a bridge 1 meter thick and 5 meters wide should do the trick. However, there isn't nearly enough Lego bricks in the world to make this kind of structure, and moreover, it would need sealant as well as a complicated system of floats, anchors, and air sacs to stay afloat and withstand the extreme forces of nature. Overall, the simplest design alone would cost $5 trillion. It's nice to dream, right? In conclusion, the conditions surrounding the construction of even a regular transatlantic highway are not entirely primed just yet. But on the bright side, engineers and participating countries are hopeful that despite the project being currently unnecessary, it would still be doable and in fact needed by the year 2099. Until then, we'll just have to make do with our big planes and high-speed trains. Thanks for watching! Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to our channel for new content every week. See you next time!